We are back with our third installment of the Equalizer franchise. And now, do we get a Denzel Washington that is worth watching, or is it just like the second film that I thought was horrible? Come find out. Welcome to Cine, here where you come for all of your media needs. My name is Ray, and today I am reviewing The Equalizer 3, directed by Antoine Fuqua, starring Denzel Washington and Dakota Fanning. We are back with Robert McCall as he is nursed back to health after being injured and gets entangled with the mafia over in Sicily. The best thing about the Equalizer franchise has always been Denzel Washington. Now, I have to be honest, I did not like the second Equalizer at all. I thought it had nothing on the first one. So I really wanted to see if Denzel can make me like the third entry of this franchise. And I can start off by saying he did. Denzel Washington is the best part of this film. I have to say it again because I do believe that he did a really good job bringing Robert McCall back to us on the big screen. All of the one-liners, all of the action that he was involved in, every scene with him, all brought the charm and the things that we love about Denzel Washington on the screen. Films like this, or characters like this, I should say, is the reason why Denzel is such the great actor that he is. Now, he's not going to win any Oscars or anything like that because this particular character would not get him that, but he did do a good job acting. And as much as I want to talk about Denzel Washington, I do have to say I love and miss seeing Dakota Fanning on the big screen, even though she didn't play a huge role in this film. 19 years since her and Denzel Washington got on the screen together. In the film that I like a lot by the name of Man on Fire, I always thought that she was going to be a huge actress because she was such a great child actor. And in my opinion, she did not quite live up to what I wanted her to be, but I still think that she commands a presence on the screen, even the small role that she played in this film. The biggest thing that I have to criticize this movie for is the pacing. We started off the first act with an amazing action sequence. I always say in horror films and action films, I always want you to get me right into it at the beginning. Let me know what I'm in store for so I can see what is to come. And they did a really good job of giving us that. But after that, it slows up. And I mean, it slows up. I would probably say the rest of Act 1, probably all the way into maybe half of Act 2, it was so slow. So much character building. And I know character building usually is good, but sometimes we just want to get to the action. Or if you do want a character build, it is fine as long as you sprinkle enough action in to kind of keep me involved and keep me wanting to see more of what they gave us in the first part of Act 1. But the rest of the film after that slow part was good. The action picked back up like it did in the first part of the film, and it did not let back up until the end of the film. So overall, I really did get the action that I wanted. I just wish it was a little bit more in the middle of the film to kind of keep the pacing of this film up to a high level. Now, I did enjoy the action in this film. It kind of gave me Steven Seagal vibes. I know that kind of sounds crazy for people that have never seen Steve Seagal movies, but it did kind of give me Steve Seagal vibes because of how brutal some of the action sequences was. I do love me some brutal action sequences. I'm talking about bones popping out of the arms, guns going through people's eyelids, and so many more things that Denzel did in this film that I enjoyed. So all of the action was good. Anytime he set that watch and tell somebody how much time they got until their demise, it's always a solid setup for really good action. Outside of the pacing, the only other thing to hold this film back was the story itself. Now, the story was fine. It was fine, but anytime you do action films like this, you just never really get really good stories, right? If it's not a revenge plot, it's just this, I kind of fumbled my way into a problem. Like, that's usually how the writing go with characters like Robert McCall. Like, he either is doing something for revenge or he is piled into a situation that he did not think he was going to be in or that he did not set up on his own volition. And that is what this film essentially was, him stumbling into an issue and solving it. In conclusion, I will have to give The Equalizer 3 a 7.7 out of 10. I do believe that everyone that loves the first movie would also love this film. And it is definitely worth a watch because I do believe that it is one of Denzel's better movies that he has done lately. Also, after watching this film, I could definitely see more Equalizer films coming to us in the near future after the writer's strike and the actor strike is over. I could see more of these films coming because I think it's going to do good in the box office, and I also think he did a really good job of reprising his role as Robert McCall. If you enjoyed this review, make sure that you give it a like, and if you want to see more of my content, please make sure that you subscribe so that you can, and do not let the conversation in here. Make sure you jump in those comments so we could talk about The Equalizer 3, we could talk about Denzel Washington, and we could talk about anything that is on your mind. And don't forget, you seen it here.